If you blend water and chocolate, you can create this light, fluffy, airy chocolate mousse. And all you need are chocolate chips. Just blend them with water for about 2 minutes until creamy and smooth. Pour it in a bowl and refrigerate overnight. The next day, you have chocolate mousse.
So we've got the blender and we've got the chocolate chips. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to use milk chocolate chips or dark chocolate chips. This blender is weird. I don't understand this. Let's snap it back on and hope for the best. Me when I'm putting my seatbelt on a roller coaster. Chocolate chips. And of course, this wouldn't be a TikTok recipe if it came with measurements. So it's kind of like, I don't know, that's what the lady did. And I'm just trying to replicate it. To the chocolate chips, we're just gonna add the water. I feel like that's enough. It's almost 50-50 if you're interested. Why do some chocolate chips float and others don't? Questioning the life's mysteries yet again. Wow, small earthquake. That was felt in Korea. South Korea. Jump scare. I'm gonna blend this and make our chocolate mousse, but I'm anticipating every single comment in this video. Water does not count as an ingredient. To me, you can disagree. I think water is just something that just exists. Water is not an ingredient. Water is a vibe, you know? Let's blend this. I don't know if I've ever been this close to a blender and if that was the issue, but that was just about the loudest event that I've ever went through in my life. And I went to the Aero store. It's giving Starbucks. Oh, this is hot. Why is that hot? It's giving poorly blended Frappuccino. Oh no, I forgot a single chocolate chip in the glass. A moment of prayer for our fallen soldiers. Maybe this weird blender is actually gonna come in hand to pour this. Hey, this is kind of slay. Is it the consistency of chocolate mousse? You know what? Maybe. It's kind of giving that it might work. Look at this. It's so silky. You do need an insane amount of chocolate chips. Like, this is a crazy amount that is needed. It's becoming mousse already. I'm gonna put this in the fridge because I don't want to mess with science. And I'm gonna show you what it looks like in a few hours. It has been exactly 9 hours since the chocolate mousses have been in the fridge. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a lot of hopes. It's too jiggly, but like chocolate mousse sometimes is jiggly, right? You see the jiggle? And I noticed one thing in the video, you only see them kind of like scraping the top. Maybe it's because it didn't set for them as well. This is me trying to show you the jiggle. But then once you... That's kind of what they've done in the video. So the top does look like chocolate mousse, do you see this? But I don't think it's going to be set underneath. Let's give it a try. It tastes like chocolate mousse, pretty incredible consistency. Now what happens in the center... This is what they don't show you on TikTok. It kind of gets foamy on top, but the center, it's just not fully set. I don't know if it could take longer to set. If you guys are willing to try the flavor, the top is fluffy, but the inside tastes like a poorly blended Frappuccino. I was making a joke. This is exactly what it tastes like in the center. So could it be this sets more? I'm gonna be honest, I don't think so. It's a lot of water in here. What's gonna happen to this water? There's no thickening agent. This kind of seems impossible. Like this texture on top, it is kind of perfect. Look at that. Even that's liquidy, but that's not too bad. And it tastes good. I don't like it. Maybe my ratios are not perfect. You either use more water or don't try this at all. I'm going towards the don't try this at all. Even the bits that it kind of worked and it's very mousse-like, it's still a grainy, it's not rich, it's not velvety, it's not eggy. That's kind of the things that I want in a chocolate mousse. This to me was a waste of ingredients. No hate to that lady, but also maybe a little bit. A small healthy amount of hate to this person. I'm joking. No.
So my ex used to work in this really bougie restaurant, but one of the things that used to sell out really quickly on the menu was their sourdough bread with this amazing cream cheese. Everyone was always asking them where they bought their cream cheese and they would never tell anybody. That's because they made it themselves. They didn't buy the cream cheese. Well, of course, being a cream cheese lover myself, I asked my boyfriend for the recipe. And boy, am I glad I did. One ingredient was all it took. Drained away, put it in the fridge, and look how creamy that is.
Okay, but think about all the times in which you've wanted cream cheese for your bagel, but you only got yogurt in your refrigerator. So I'm using just a kitchen tablecloth. This is no cheesecloth. This is nothing fancy. This is what I think they used in the video. Just a good old regular kitchen cloth. I was gonna use this or a towel, and then I thought, do I really want to find cheese curds in my intimate areas when I'm drying myself? This is 3.5% fat yogurt. I don't know if that matters, but it is what we're using. And this is a strainer. So I'm gonna pour. We're gonna pour the yogurt straight in here, and then we're gonna wrap the kitchen cloth around, just to make this easier. We are going to squeeze this. I made sure to double, triple watch this video. I wanted to use the right yogurt, and they did use a 3.5%, so... Oh, this is a very slow milk. Not my life as a cow milker. I'm practically milking the cow with extra steps. This is wild. Can I put this in my CV? Probably. My yogurt was made in France. That probably counts as an international job. This is not as easy as they made it sound. Oh, do you see that? That is wild. That is like milking a real cow. Not a continuous flow. Why is there yogurt coming out now? I'm gonna have to do this very, very slowly. How much water do we get out? Hey, quite a lot. It might be working. Not my table. I was milking a little too hard. I mean, I want to get all this water out, but at the same time, I'm getting worried about the amount of cream cheese that this is making, because this is getting smaller and smaller. I gotta rest. I was not cut out to be a milker. I'm not cut out to be a Dairy Queen. So this is what it's like a shift at the Dairy Queen. Okay, good to know. Those people are not paid enough. The good news is there's not much more water coming out. I lied. Me when I lie. Oh, it's getting there. I can feel it. Okay, that wasn't that difficult if it's getting there. I was worried this better not squirt on me. Okay, I think we made cream cheese. This kind of feels like it. Okay, we got a lot of water out. I just want to show you. So this is how much water is inside yogurt, that amount of yogurt. I guess this is the part where we messed up. This is why you need a strainer to kind of catch all these pieces of the solids. I guess I could technically scoop this up. That's cream cheese, according to the recipe. Ooh, not my jumper. This is where I draw the line. We're done here. Not me drawing the line with a $12.99 jumper from H&M. Okay, cheese reveal. Okay, this is supposed to be cream cheese. Oh my god, it is cream cheese! It is cream cheese around the edges. Okay, there's a little bit too much liquid in the center. Is it the most sanitary? Probably not. Should I squeeze this a little bit longer? Probably yes. There was more in the center that needed to be squeezed. But you know what? I'm gonna say this is enough. I need to scrape this somehow. I'm overwhelmed. Hell right now. I don't know what to do. I kind of just want to freeze and stay here and hope that somehow time will fix this. What is going on? Now I got yogurt on my forehead. All these little bits that are kind of stuck on the kitchen towel, all of this is exactly what worked. This is how the whole thing should have been. Obviously in the center was kind of hard because I couldn't squeeze the center, but this is what the texture of it would have been like, which is very much like cream cheese. So I'm gonna hope that somehow this still works. But cream cheese nevertheless, it doesn't smell like yogurt anymore. It's more funky, you know, like cream cheese is kind of funky. It's got that funky smell to it. I don't know why, but it does. Not me being la lechera. Babe, wake up. The yogurt I milked for you is finally set. I don't think you guys understand. This is not yogurt. I made cream cheese. It smells a little yogurty. It's maybe not as set as I would have liked. I think I could have removed a lot more moisture, but you know me. I just want to get done with this. I just want to tell you, does it work? Yes or no? Can you perfect with your own time? Yes or no? That's up to you. Okay, you can't really see this on camera because it is white. But look at this. I mean, it's like a soft cream cheese, but a cream cheese nevertheless. Let's see how it holds on a bagel. I mean, yeah, we made cream cheese. They also said to add salt and spices once this sets. This is supposed to set for a few days, so we'll get a lot more cream cheesy. Mine is still not there, but it's never stopped me before. I'm so confident this is going to taste nice that I'm gonna do this on both sides. I mean, it just looks like cream cheese, maybe slightly wetter still, but I do think this is because it hasn't fully set. I could have squeezed it just a tiny little bit longer, but let's give it a try. That tastes like cream cheese. There's no salt, nothing. This is so delicious. I made this. I don't think you understand. This is better than Philadelphia. It tastes nothing like yogurt. So if you're thinking it's gonna give yogurt, it does not give yogurt. I am officially a cow milker. I'm a yogurt milker. I will demand that everyone calls me by Raphael Gomes. That is my middle name as of now on. I can't believe this. This is so good. I can eat this like this. Oh my god, it is so creamy. The closest comparison to this flavor is if you go to New York City and you go to the most expensive, most organic bagel store and you're like, this cream cheese tastes different. Like, I cannot make this at home. Turns out you can. You just need a yogurt and start squeezing. Honestly, life-changing. Wow.
All you need is 1 ingredient and 2 minutes to make these delicious, chewy, gluten-free noodles. You need around 5 pieces of rice paper. Stack them together. Soak them in some warm water. Press it in all at once. Try to push out as much air bubbles as you can. Transfer the rice paper into a microwavable bowl. Add in a little bit more water. And microwave for 1 minute and 30 seconds. In the meantime, prepare your favorite sauce. And we're gonna slice the noodle into your desired thickness. Like this. Look at that.
Okay, so we got some warm water and we've also got the rice paper. Not me realizing I bought the wrong ingredients. So I think this is fine. So we've got some rice papers and we are going to transform this into 1 ingredient noodles. I want this to work so bad. Because sometimes you got rice papers but you don't got noodles. Will this fit? Yeah, just about. So we're gonna soak this in the warm water just for a little bit. Incredible texture. It's like rice paper. I've always had a way with words. Shakespeare is turning in his grave right now. I don't know for how long, but I know it can't be that long because then this will become rice paper mash. Oh, we're past it. No, we're good. We're still good to go. Okay, so it's just soft enough that we can touch it and we're gonna put it on a plate. Okay, I don't think this has to be that perfect, so I'm not gonna stress out. When you put it on a plate, it kind of looks like this. So let's do another one. I'm gonna do a total of 4. Let's see how many noodles you get out of 4 rice papers. I'm gonna guess a good amount. Should I have done this with them all stuck together? Would that have been easier? Probably. Did I think of that before? Nope. Is this satisfying so I don't mind doing it 4 times? Yeah. Oh, I could do this all day. Like, who else needs a shower? An ASMR of this would be so good. I know some people love ASMR, some people hate it. You'd be surprised the amount of people who are subscribed to me and hate eating sounds, any kind of wet sounds. Personally, I would love to have a whole YouTube channel dedicated to this. Oh, look at that! We got 2 of them in this one. These ones are a little bit less so, but it will be fine as well. So, this is my last one. Okay. So this is what we've got here, and I honestly can't remember what they did in the video. I wasn't paying that much attention. I usually just am looking forward to scroll to the next one. I am going to fold them into like a long strip, so kind of like this. It's not pretty to look at, but it will work out. And now, grabbing my knife, I am going to cut them into noodles. How easy is it to cut? Fairly easy. Look at that. They're even better than normal rice noodles because they're thinner. They just look so sticky. Watch this just being how people make noodles everywhere in the world. Literally everyone. And I just didn't know this. Me and my pathological need to show you every single step of the process. Even if you don't care, I'll still show it to you. So these are not fully cooked, they're like half cooked. Why are they stuck together? Are they gonna be that thick? That's a pretty thick noodle. I'm gonna put them in a bowl. All of them go into a bowl. If you're making more, use a bigger bowl. This is kind of where we're at. This looks like it's not noodles. It looks like something weird. And I'm gonna add some water to it. Okay, I added too much water because I also need to add sauce. This is not ideal. I am going to add some teriyaki sauce. This is all I had. Please, don't judge me. I sometimes buy weird ingredients. I'm like, I really hope I can make a video with this. This is one of those times. Roast garlic teriyaki sauce. I don't even like teriyaki sauce, but oh, never mind. I would love that. It's very garlicky. So I'm gonna add the sauce and the water, and this will cook in the sauce because we want all that flavor. Let's just give it a quick mix. Okay, this is going to be so good. If it works out like noodles, I'm gonna be so happy. Okay, so 1.5 minutes in the microwave, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like. So hopefully here we got our rice paper noodles. Okay, this is actually not very hard. Okay, this is a double-walled bowl. I am an idiot. I am a little bit disappointed with something is they didn't really fully dissolve on its own, but I think I will be able to do it myself. I almost made an udon noodle because I used 6 rice papers. If you want them more like a vermicelli or whatever you call it, maybe cut them thinner, use 2 papers. Let's give it a try. I don't know if this sauce is gonna be the best, but... Oh, that is the best. That is delicious. Yeah, it's kind of like a rice noodle, but stranger. Like a puff pastry rice noodle. Like you can kind of taste the layers of it, but it is very good. I could probably make this a little bit thinner. I think that would be more enjoyable. But I mean, it tastes like noodles. Like I'm not eating this and thinking I'm eating rice papers. I'm thinking I'm eating rice noodles. So this is 100% approved. If you gave me this at a restaurant, I would slurp it up. In fact, I will slurp it up now. These are not the exact same gummy bears, but they look very similar. This is the most similar to the cherries that they use. I don't think it matters. Did I say gummy bears? So these look pretty similar to the cherries, except they're bones. I think these are Halloween candy. When I see a deal, I take the deal. And that's something I admire about myself. So let's try it. It's really not that much, and when it melts, it will be even less, but we've got a bowl of gummies. I'm also not doing the double boil kind of situation. I'm just gonna microwave this, and it's going to be fine. And if it isn't, I will take the consequences of my actions. They smell so good. You don't even understand. This is the best smelling candy ever. I don't know what's in it. I don't want to know what's in it. Let's go. I'm gonna microwave this very slowly and I'm gonna show you when it looks melted. When this is ready, we gotta move quick. So I've got my parchment paper ready. I've got this ready. As soon as there's a beep, I am going to put my glove on and get the marshmallows. Any second now. So this is just liquid gummies. They're not as liquid as I think it could have been, but I think this will be fine. Let me keep this on because this is very hot. We are just going to mix this. And it works. Wow. It kind of looks like, I don't even want to tell you. So hopefully this is going to whip up into a marshmallow. I think it's working. This is very easy. Look at this. This is a 1-ingredient marshmallow. Wait, that's practically marshmallow fluff. We made fluff! You never have to buy marshmallow fluff again. So we gotta move quick because this is still warm. I'm just using a tray with some parchment paper. This was surprisingly easy. And... are you kidding me? We made marshmallow. We made this. I'm not a candy person. You guys know that. But this smells so good that I actually have no words. This is the perfect consistency for a marshmallow. This is drying very, very quickly. I wouldn't show you what it looks like, but I won't be able to until this is fully cooled down. I'm gonna put this in the fridge and see what happens. I'm kind of impressed, but we'll see. This might go wrong. So this is what's going on with our 1-ingredient marshmallow. It's solidified. Look at this. Oh, I'm gonna regret this. That was a dumb mistake. Oh, was it? This has been a couple of hours in the fridge. I will say one thing. I think this will stick to the parchment paper because I was trying to make this with 1 ingredient only. I didn't use any icing sugar and maybe that was a necessary ingredient. But the good news is it's the thickness of like a marshmallow. It really is. It's slightly shinier than a regular marshmallow. It almost looks like it's not fully set, which is a possibility. But at this point, I just want to try it. So let me see if I can cut the edges. It is very sticky. I'm not sure about this anymore. I can't even cut into it. Oh, maybe if I butter this. Okay, I'm gonna grease the knife with some coconut oil just so I can cut into it because this is so sticky. I think he might need to set a little bit longer, but has this ever stopped us before? No, he hasn't. You can use the icing sugar from the video. I just wanted this to be one ingredient truly. Okay. That works a little bit better. It's so sticky, I think I just waxed my hands. Can we get it out of here? I doubt it. It kind of comes out. I don't know if it's a good thing, but it does come out almost perfectly. Oh. Maybe it'll work out. Let's see. So it's more difficult to cut than I thought. So I managed to cut a perfect square, and it does cut like a marshmallow. It's just very, very difficult. This is probably why marshmallows are made in a factory, because it's so sticky and tough. Once you got the hang of it, it slices pretty easy. It's actually kind of satisfying to cut this, but it took me a while to get here. A lot of growth. You just have to not give up. If you try this, please use icing sugar. It's gonna make your life a whole lot easier. I'm just being really stubborn here. We managed to transform a gummy into a marshmallow. Like, I feel like with the icing sugar, this would look so much more legit, but it is 100% possible. That is just marshmallows. We made marshmallows. They actually look pretty good, like pink, strangely spongy cheese. So let's see what the texture of it is giving. It's not really 100% marshmallow. It's like 75% marshmallow and 25% still gummy. It is something that you cannot buy. This does not exist at the store, this texture. The pull of it, this is very satisfying to eat. Oh wow, with icing sugar it'd be even better. The only difficulty is cutting into it. Once you got the hang of that, it's pretty incredible. This is a fun recipe. It's truly one ingredient, and it results in something delicious. If you bring this to a party, like, oh yeah, I made homemade candy. What should we call these? Marsh gummies. I made homemade marsh gummies. Some are softer, some are tougher, some are more rubbery. 100% approved. This is great.
If you heat maple syrup and churn it a lot, it'll become like butter. First, we're gonna heat it up. You don't have to stir it. The temperature we're looking for is 232.4. After 15 minutes, you can stop here, but I'm gonna make it a little thicker. You can put this on anything, like a croissant. A really ugly Brussels sprouts.
So we've got some maple syrup, we've also got a saucepan, and most importantly, we've got a food thermometer, because this has to be at exactly 200 something degrees, which is very high. Let's try this. I can never open maple syrup. Oh no, that is a mistake. My teeth are not that strong anymore. So I'm just gonna use the whole thing. This one is an expensive hack. Like, this better work. This better make the most delicious maple butter. $15 of maple syrup. We're gonna essentially boil this until it reaches, in Celsius is 111. Thank you, angel numbers. I mean, let's go all out, I guess, because this needs to be very, very hot. Okay, so nothing's gonna happen for a while, but I will keep you updated. Okay, I don't know how. This got to this stage pretty quickly. This went from nothing happening to almost spilling out, so I don't know. Should we check the temperature? We're looking for 111 on the temperature, so let's see. What is it giving? Okay. Why, this keeps on almost spilling. Oh, we're pretty close. Look at that. I just don't know what to... why is this in Fahrenheit now? I thought it didn't work in Fahrenheit. We're looking for 230. This keeps on changing. Okay, let's see if we can make this a little bit higher. What is it giving? 105? Okay, I'm gonna say this is ready. This is as close I'm gonna be able to get without making a mess. Okay, we're so close now to 230 and 111. Oh, it's getting there now. 225, that's as close as 230 as we're gonna get. So we got to 108 degrees out of 111. So I'm gonna say this is good enough. And that is it. Now we just gotta cool this down. I mean, it looks exactly the same. I would even go as far as saying it's more liquidy than before. So this is what your maple syrup should look like. So let's see if this becomes solid. Instead of doing the ice step, I kind of put this in the fridge instead, so this has been solidifying now for like an hour or so. The next step should be to break this. We made Canadian slime. That is a really interesting consistency. Do you hear the sounds of it? It sounds like caramel breaking. Listen to this. So we're supposed to do this for like 20 minutes until we create, like, break it apart. I don't know what we're doing, if it's crystallizing the sugars again or something. Feels like we're making candy, you know? Do you hear that? It's coming to life. Oh, now my neighbor's waking up because of the maple syrup. I'm like, sorry guys, I was just feeding my maple syrup. It is working, it's becoming tougher and tougher. I wonder if I can use my electric mixer. Either the best or worst decision I've ever made, but you know what they say, you miss 100% of the chances you don't take. Personally, I take too many chances. That's been my motto in life. Let's see. Oh, that will work out. For sure. Okay, that really does speed up the process. So I'm just going to mix this. Oh my god, that is working. Look, we've made butter. It kind of smells like Biscoff spread, weirdly. I don't know if I would call this maple butter, but it is definitely like a maple, I don't even know. It is the most satisfying. Like, I want to dip everything in this. It's a maple spread. We've made a maple spread. It smells like Biscoff. It does not smell like maple anymore. I know you don't believe me, but this completely changes the smell of it. And I'm assuming it will also change the flavor of it. This is the most satisfying thing I've ever seen. So I want to put this on like maybe a bagel or something. No, I am not going to toast it. I have decided that this is just the hill that I'm going to die on. Die on a hill? That's a thing. No, my neighbors coming to complain. They're like, that maple better be whipped. That cow better be milked. It's an interesting video. I'm gonna get my maple butter. I mean, mine didn't really get into butter consistency. I think I should have reduced it a little bit more. Mine is like a maple spread. It's like a maple Nutella. But the consistency is quite something. Look at this. It is so satisfying. Imagine telling people that you made one ingredient Biscoff. People would have no idea what this is. There's really nothing that even looks kind of like this. This is a one ingredient maple spread. I mean, you can actually use it with a knife. It's fully spreadable. So look at this. Oh, that's gonna be so good. It's almost like Canadian dulce de leche. Canadian sweet of milk. It's like polite dulce de leche. How many Canadian jokes can I make? Endless. I will be here all night. It is fully spreadable. Almost like a peanut butter. Look, it doesn't leak. It doesn't move. Let's give it a try. That is better than Nutella. Better than Biscoff. I don't think you guys understand. The flavor of this, it's giving brown butter. There's level to this. It's like a toasty maple candy. It is so good. This is insane. The world needs this product. We gotta start whipping and burning maple syrup. You guys gotta try this. One ingredient. Oh my god. I'm speechless. I want to cover cakes in this. I want to do everything with this. You will see this. I'm going to make a full video dedicated to uses of this thing. This is one of the most incredible things I've ever had. It is really delicious. It does not taste like maple syrup, so it is a recipe. You do make something new. It's amazing. I've always wanted to perfect one of these like Japanese style omelets, and I feel like this one ingredient video is the perfect moment for it. So I'm not even gonna salt it because it's all about that texture, you know? It's like cooked on the outside, risking salmonella poisoning on the inside, but creamy, but risky nevertheless. So I'm gonna crack some eggs. I'm doing a 3-egg omelette, even though I think it might be too big because then it might not cook, but then 2 is not enough because then it won't be creamy. So I don't know. Let's do 3. If I feel like it's too much, I'll just not pour the whole omelette, but we're gonna try it. So I'm just gonna whisk the eggs, nothing else added to it. This is still one ingredient. I am really stubborn with my concepts. I mean, once I got an idea, I will die on this hill. Okay, this is ready. I've also pre-prepared and pre-portioned my rice, so I kind of tried to do like a little, it looks really cute. It looks like Totoro. So I'm gonna just put the omelette on. I really believe this is gonna work. That's how insane I am. I am so delusional. I don't think you understand. Increases day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute. I am 3 times as delusional as I was when I first started this video. Okay, so I think I'm gonna use a spatula for this step now. So this is supposed to fold. Oh, it's not ready yet though. Oh no, it's already failing. It's too soft in the center. Okay, maybe let's give it a little bit longer. I'm gonna cover it because I think that will help. I'm taking this very seriously. Okay, I think this will help. Let's check again. Maybe it's really close now. It's almost there. This part here is a little bit raw still. It's kind of like a half fold that they do in the beginning. We might be able to do it. Wait a second. I think we should do it this way. Wait, that's not too far from where it's supposed to look like. And then we have to fold here as well. Less on here. Stop, because if we actually pull this off, I'll never stop talking about this. This will go on my CV. That's kind of where it's supposed to be. We kind of did it. Still raw in the middle. Now I need to flip this over. How? I don't know. Wait, let me put my phone down. I think I did it. Wait, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. It's gonna fit perfectly on top of the rice. I think it's supposed to be kind of raw. So it's done. Now wait a minute, because maybe I've done something. It will fit perfectly. Okay, let's do this. If this works, I'll never stop talking about it. Oh my god. Oh my god. I've done it! I made a Japanese omelette. Big reveal. Let's open up. Please tell me it'll work. Oh, it was slightly overcooked. It was so close. It was so close. Yeah, it looks like a spatchcock omelette now. I mean, that's essentially what it is. I mean, that still looks pretty good. It needed to be a little bit runnier so it could open easier. I was so close. I'm happy. This was great. And now we get to enjoy our 1-egg omelette. Okay, so because this makes it creamier, you can actually make it with 1 ingredient because it provides textures to it. The fact that it's kind of raw in the middle. That is a delicious omelette. That is so good that I have no words. You don't need salt, you don't need anything with this because it's so creamy in the center. If you like your eggs soft like I do, this is very, very delicious. 100% approved. I want to do this until I perfect it. I was so close. It's all about like leaving it kind of raw in the middle. You just gotta trust the process. Best omelette ever. And I've eaten omelette at a Gordon Ramsay restaurant. This one's better. Try it. I feel as if they made this recipe unnecessarily complicated. Like the only ingredient is Oreos. We're just reinventing an Oreo. In the end, you're probably gonna get Oreos still. So I'm not gonna waste that many dishes to do this. We're using Ziploc bags, like freezer bags, just to mix this, and I think that will be enough. I think they use 5 cookies. I feel like that's too little. Let's do 3 more. I'm going to separate the cookies just roughly. I feel like that was too much effort what they were doing in the video. Like a million different bowls. You're only using Oreos. We're making 1 ingredient brigadeiros. Life cannot be going that great. So I'm going to just separate 5 of them to use for the crumbs on the outside. I find this really satisfying. I don't know if this is like encoded in my DNA from when I was a monkey and I used to remove ticks from other monkeys. That's what this feels like, therapeutical. We're doing this all day. So I'm gonna use 5 of the outsides with no cream as the crumbs. So these are gonna go into 1 bag. So it's just the actual outer layer. So these go into 1 bag. And the rest, I guess, goes into 1 bag too. What an easy recipe. Okay, so we've got 3 whole Oreos in there and then just the leftovers. And we're going to just break both. One of them is going to be our wet mixture and one of them is going to be our dry mixture. Science. So this is our wet mixture. We're going to need to add a little bit of water to this. This was a TikTok from Brazil. And if people from Brazil watch us make brigadeiros like this, they're going to lose their minds. So I cannot wait for someone to call me Portuguese profanities in the comment section. It is coming together. You know when it looks like a mixture between my dog's poop and my own and the birth of a demon? That's the right color. That's what you're looking for. It's just a little bit too wet, so let's make this a little bit drier. So this is where we're at with the wet mixture. I think it kind of worked. I mean, I didn't get it out yet, but I think it did. And this is where we're at with the dry mixture. So I think both of them worked. There's a hole in the bag, but that'll be fine. Wet mixture reveal. Hey, that's pretty similar to in the video, considering I did not use my food processor. Wow, that looks just as horrifying. Look at that. That looks exactly like what my dog does every morning, 7 a.m. sharp. If you ever think of me at 7 a.m. in the morning, now you know what I'm doing. But it's more like this. Imagine this is your first time on my YouTube channel. It kind of works without a food processor, so I was right. They were complicating a recipe that didn't need any complication. You just have to make it wet into a dough, that's it. It is a pretty wet dough. It is very similar to a brigadeiro dough, like it feels very sticky. So the next step is to basically shape our brigadeiros. It works, it holds shape pretty well. This is a good recipe. I mean, mildly horrifying, the process of it, sure. What isn't these days, you know? Some of them are already bigger than others and we have 2. That's a great omen for what's to come. You do get quite a lot out of these. It's not exactly as the same amount of cookies you put into it, but it's close enough. So we ended up getting 7 of these, which is probably not the most ideal number, but I'm happy with them. They're shiny, they look like brigadeiros before they're coated. You could even coat this in normal chocolate, but this is 1 ingredient. So I'm gonna use my dry mixture now. So this is my dry mixture and I am just going to roll the brigadeiros in the dry mixture. So we're gonna go 1 by 1, roll them. Oh my god. Not only this sticks perfectly, this is 1 ingredient and it looks, look at this. That looks gourmet. You could literally do this and give to someone as a Christmas present and put in like a little box. Cheapest Christmas present ever. Are you kidding me? This is incredible. It is so fun to make. It might not taste good. We'll see. We'll get there. This is the most satisfying thing I've ever done. Now look at this displayed on a fancy plate. Okay, just watch this. 1 ingredient produces this. I'm not gonna wash my hands. I'm proud of my labor. Let's give it a try. It's like super like dry and crusty on the outside from all the, because we didn't include any of the cream, and on the inside, that is so delicious. How is this 1 ingredient? How is this the same as an Oreo, the DNA, but it tastes like you cooked it? Like there's flavors in here. This is what it's like inside. It's quite sticky. It's not quite like a brigadeiro. There's more chunks, but it is a great Oreo truffle with 1 ingredient. Honestly, if you're broke this Christmas, do this. Buy Oreos and give everyone these and just tell them, hey, I just made you fancy Oreo truffles. Turns out it's tap water and Oreos. Approved. I'll finish this whole thing right now. So I want to stick with the theme of the video, which is one ingredient and not two ingredients. So I actually bought, this is not exactly the kind of pastry that they use in the video. This one is already sweetened. So this is like used for sweet pies, like the base of like a sweet pie. And I'm gonna see if it works because it's so easy that it's kind of genius. So we're just gonna roll this in. Guys, how fun is this? I'm not gonna leave too many gaps because I don't want this to fall apart. I want them to stay like Pomers. I actually love Pomers. I used to eat them a lot growing up. Talk about something that is very popular in Europe. I used to bring them to school. I used to eat them when I get home from school. I don't think it can be done with just this. You probably need the sugar at least. An egg wash just to make it really delicious, really crusty and like sweet. But this is already sweetened though, so imagine if it works. Imagine if it's this easy. I don't know where the middle is, so now I think my Pomers are going to be wonky. I think they also put it back in the freezer before slicing. I'm not that kind of girl. I'm the kind of girl who's might not even bake it. Might eat the raw dough. You kind of roll them up and then you get this. And then from the side, it kind of looks like a Pomer. Do you see? Like a miniature Pomer. It's actually really cute. I'm dying because I really want to add the sugar and make this toasty caramelly. But this will be like a one ingredient version. This is great when you don't have a lot of ingredients at home. I love following these kind of recipes because I think they're fun. Now, how thick should it be? Wait, because this is the cutest little Pomer. Oh man, this is gonna be so cute. I'm going to flip them because I feel like they slice better this way for some reason. I just need a full tray of these. And then I'm gonna eat them like it's breakfast cereal. I want my Pomers to look like the world. Dark, depressing. Maybe I should squish. Oh, no, don't squish them. They will lose the shape. This is why you gotta freeze them. This is why I should follow the rules. You know, it's too late now. Will this look good still? Probably not. I really wanna sprinkle some sugar, egg, and then it would maybe be perfect, but this is what we're working with. So I'm gonna bake them. I'm not entirely sure how long. I'm guessing like, I'm gonna follow the TikTok, but maybe like 15 minutes, right? No longer than that. They are tiny. This is not gonna work out. They're losing shape already. I'll show them to you in just a second. No, because I don't think you guys understand how cute this actually turned out. I wasn't expecting them to actually look like Pomers. You saw I was kind of struggling with the dough. They're all perfect. Let me find one extra perfect one. Oh, this one is so... Oh, they're all so nice. I can't pick my favorite one. Maybe this one. This one's got a good color. Look at this. Are you kidding me? That is a Pomer. Let me pick a darker one so you guys can really see it. Do you see the swirls? The swirls came out perfect. Even the back, like I didn't flip this halfway through like they said in the video. I just kind of hope for the best. And it worked out perfectly. There's no need for the sugar when it comes to the look. These are still so cute. Let's give it a try. It could have more sugar, 100%, but if you really want to make them one ingredient, I would snack on these. Like if you're going to watch a movie or something, to me, this is better than popcorn, better than chocolate. Oh my god, dipping these in chocolate. That's an amazing idea. Wow, these are so good. These are really delicious. I love them. I can eat the whole batch. This is so easy. Approved. Some of them ended up being a little bit more toasty, which I think is the ones that were on the edges, like these two. It is so addictive because the swirls in the center, because it's so pressed, it becomes doughy. But then on the outside, it's crispy. Altogether, it's perfect. Once again, you can also make this for Christmas. I love it. I'm mostly interested in the chemistry behind this one because, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really want to be sucking on burnt caramel. That is not how I envision my life right now. That is not a snack that I'm craving. But I will do it because if it works, I don't know, it might make someone happy. So I couldn't find those tiny little tea lights, as long as there's a flame. And this flame will smell like Winter Wonderland. It's a scented candle. It will still work. We've got some sugar, and that is the only ingredient you need. This is truly no buts, no ifs, a one ingredient recipe. So we got some sugar. I'm gonna start with not as much, maybe this amount. It's pretty good. We're going to melt this sugar. I'm just going to be here. Oh, how long is this gonna take? Is this really what I should be doing with my life right now? Time lapse. Okay, the caramel is bubbling up. Mom, I'm scared. This better not be burning me. I don't even want this lollipop. It is bubbling up so aggressively. You could probably hear it. It's burning. The top is not melted yet, but it's burning in the bottom. Oh, and there's caramel right now about to go into the candle. So this is about to be a caramel winter wonderland, and it's also smoking. So some of the sugar is burned and some of the sugar is still crystallized. This takes too long, I'm gonna be honest. I thought I was gonna be here and be Charlie in the chocolate factory. I prepared 10 sticks. I'm gonna use one. This is too long, but it does work. I will give them that. If this solidifies, it does work. So I've got a little piece of parchment paper here, and I'm just waiting for the last tiny little bit of sugar to melt, and then we can make our single lollipop. That's all it is. Don't even. There's also some scent being added to the candle, so if you think about it, this is worth it in so many ways. And if you burn yourself and have to skip school or work tomorrow, once again, worth it in triple ways. At this point, I don't even care if I spill it. I hope you guys can see that. That looks aggressive. It's the most intense caramel activity. I know you've heard about paranormal activity. Now what about caramel activity? Okay, I've got a piece of parchment paper, a little wooden stick, and I'm gonna go for it. We're making lollipops. Oh, that looks dangerous. Wait, I thought this was gonna be clear. Why is it giving... What's the name of the Netflix show? Where they die if they break the candy? That. It's giving exactly that. My spoon! My expensive spoon from AliExpress. It was so beautiful and golden. Are you kidding me? I had the most beautiful golden spoons. Whatever this tastes like. Which, by the way, has probably absorbed all the chemicals from my spoon gold coating. It's not worth it. I'm already telling you here right now, breaking news, there is no flavor in here. They could be worth it. We will try it once this dries down. Hopefully it peels off as well. So here we've got the one ingredient lollipop. First of all, it looks a lot darker than it did on TikTok. Like, what is this? This is past caramel. This is into charcoal. Second of all, it ended up sticking... Wait, maybe... Okay, that was kind of satisfying. I will give them that. That looks like it's going to taste just completely burned. Do you see this? It is kind of crazy that this was made with one ingredient. Do you see all the holes in the back? That is slightly disturbing, but also kind of incredible. Let's try it. I kind of like it. Oh, that is a little bit bitter. Why is it bitter? It's 100% white sugar. I don't know, if you have kids, try this. Don't let it burn as much as I did. It needed to be a little bit further from the flame so that it would cook slowly. I didn't have the time. This resulted in a bitter caramel. And my life resulted in this bitter moment. Don't try this. Or try it. I don't really care.
You guys, apparently you can take homemade caramel sauce and whip it, and it will become like the texture of whipped cream. I mean, caramel is literally sugar and heavy cream, so it kind of makes sense that that works, but it's nothing I ever thought of, and it sounds so good. You know what I'm gonna do with this almost empty caramel jar? I'm gonna put a shot of espresso in it and let it melt and have a little iced latte. That's what I'm gonna do. There's our caramel. This is too big of a bowl. There's no recipe here. You literally just get your electric mixer and get mixing. So let's try. So sticky, it like won't go through. It's already lightening. That took 30 seconds, not even. Look at the texture of this. I use this to frost an apple cake, but you honestly could put it in a little serving jar and just eat it with a spoon. It was perfect.
I'm not really using homemade caramel because who makes caramel? Who just has randomly a jar of homemade caramel in the cupboard that they've made? Not me. I bought this from the store. It looks the same, this caramel. I'm gonna pour the caramel in here. That is so much better. This could come in handy if you have to frost a cake and you don't have frosting and you also don't really want to make frosting. Not a stupid recipe. One ingredient, truly. So we're gonna whip this up, and if this becomes frosting, I'll start biting the spatula. Yeah, that doesn't sound right. Does anything. Okay, we're like 1 minute in and immediately it's become a lot lighter, but it also seems like it doesn't want to go any further than this. Maybe my KitchenAid needs a little bit of more battery in it or something. So I'm back with a green battery. That is green. I don't know that because I'm colorblind, but I'm assuming it is. It kind of stayed in the same color, which is good, which is lighter than it was in the beginning. So let's see. This kind of stays in the same, it's like a milky caramel. It's not really enough for this to be called a frosting, like in order to frost something. I don't think it's gonna whip more than this. I'm fully aware it might be because this is not a homemade caramel and that might be actually necessary. What about a remix? Can't say that I didn't try everything. So I've whipped this for 15 minutes and this is it. I'm calling it quits. This is as good as it gets. It did become a lot lighter. I've got a little bit left of the original, but it's nothing too crazy. Maybe if you have like a fancy electric mixer, this might be easier. It might even whip up more than this. So this is the original. It's very much like a caramel sauce. It's quite dark and liquidy. This here is what we ended up with. So let me see if I can show you. It's a lot creamier, but I would still call this a caramel sauce. I still wouldn't call this a frosting. I mean, I could use this as a drizzle on a cake and maybe it'll be nice. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of a waste of time. It's a long time whipping. Do you guys love whipping that much? Oh, that's not. Anyways, does it change the flavor? A delicious caramel sauce and slightly different, but a delicious flavor nevertheless. A delicious caramel. Use this maybe to like drizzle on top of like a cake or something. That would look better than this. Yeah, probably. It would look less runny, it has more body to it. However, I don't think this is worth it. So it's a no from me. Before anyone says anything, this is real Parmesan cheese. This is not the stuff, you know, the Kraft Parmesan. I like it. Arrest me. This is the real one that actually has a rind. Damn. This was well wrapped. This is more realistic than what they've done in the video. When you actually cut Parmesan cheese, you don't get that much of a rind. This is kind of the part that I think they used. So just normal cheese on this corner, and then here we got the good stuff. Or the other way around. You know what I mean. Usually I use this in pasta sauces, but this time around we're trying something a little bit different. We are cutting it into tiny little squares. Wow, this is looking like shortbread when you're Scottish and Italian. I think in the video they call this Cheetos. And Cheetos, if you're watching this, I am so sorry they said that. Regardless of what happens here, I know this is offensive. I think I've done a pretty good job with this. We got tiny little cubes. It was very easy, very quick. But you see, this is just the tough part of the cheese. You couldn't really eat this. So regardless, if it doesn't work, I'm not gonna be mad. Maybe I'm not gonna cook all of them at the same time. Maybe I'm gonna use half of it for our first batch. So this better becomes not Cheetos, but some weird cheesy popcorn, or I'm gonna be really mad. This looks like pizza on a diet. Just a sheet of paper and the rind of Parmesan cheese. Have a look at our non-edible little cheese nuggets, and I'm gonna microwave this for 90 seconds. Let's see what happens. Okay, 90 seconds. Is it going to sound like popcorn? Not much is happening so far. They literally look the same, and the timer is on 45 seconds. They're really saving it for last minute. Me when I get ready. It all comes together in the end, hopefully. I think it needs another, like, 20 seconds. Oh, one of them popped. Okay, I'm not gonna give it any longer because I feel like we've waited enough. I'm gonna go and say that it did not work. Can't really say that that worked out how I intended. I don't know what happened. Was there too much cheese on the... I don't know. We've got all different kinds of results. Overall, It's a no. It's a disappointment, and I haven't even tried it yet. It resulted in too many different things that I would never even try this again. It just doesn't seem worth it. This is one of them where the two of them got stuck together. This kind of looks more like a cheese ball of some kind. Let's see the texture of it. That's still not edible. Tastes like a grilled cheese toasty. It's not terrible. I don't think I would do this again. Let's see if maybe one of these tiny ones is a little bit crispy. It's chewy instead of crispy. Would I do this again? No. Never. Do I think this worked? No. Yeah, I guess this was a disappointment on all fronts. I'm gonna try this again, but this time around, I'm only gonna use like 4. I just wanna make sure, maybe this is because I overcrowded. Okay, let's use 6. That's like still a small amount. I'm going to put this on max power for 90 seconds. I'm not gonna check, because I feel like when you check, something's not right. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll show you if it works. This time around, I cleared my microwave entirely. There's nothing else in it. I removed all the utensils, no plate, just the paper. I'm also gonna make sure to be at 1000 watts, because I'm not sure what I used last time. This is the highest my microwave will go to, and we're gonna do the 1 minute and 30 seconds. There you go. Even a little bit longer. Let's see what happens. They popped! They actually popping! This might be working. Yes! You gotta make sure you're using this at 1000 watts. If your microwave is not 1000 watts, then it's probably not gonna work. This is even worse than my first try. This is just bad. Like, don't try this. This doesn't work. This is a waste of time. The success rate is very, very low. 1 out of 5. And it's still chewy, not crispy. This is not what they're promising it is. I still feel like I'm eating a cheese rind. Weird.